Big news in the battle against DWI in New Mexico. Joining us from Santa Fe is Rachel O'Connor, New Mexico's DWI czar. Ms. O'Connor, thank you so much for joining us. First off, the governor has released his proposed penalties for DWI. These will be presented during the next legislative session. What's different?
Well, I think, as you can see, Deanna, it's a very aggressive package this year. The governor's proposing a sort of weekend in jail, mandatory jail time for first-time DWI offenders. He's imposing a hefty increase in terms of fees and fines, and he is also changing the felony provision to take it from a fourth-time DWI to a third, and making that a felony.
So let's talk about this weekend jail idea. What is that and how does it work?
Well, about half the states in this country already have mandatory jail time for first-time convicted DWI offenders. New Mexico is looking to model that. About 65% of our fatalities in New Mexico are still caused by first-time offenders, and we're looking to put something in place that continues to be a deterrent. The research is pretty clear that a sort of weekend in jail does deter first-time offenders.
And what about the changes in fees and fines?
I believe that you'll see a significant increase in fees and fines, taking a first time from about $500 to about $2,500, taking that gradually up to the felony level where it's about $10,000. Overall, a significant increase there in terms of fees and fines, as well as the changes in jail time that are being proposed.
Boy, those are some hefty changes. Now, there's some other news that's coming out, and New Mexico has historically had some of the worst DWI problems in the nation. Now we have dropped out of the top 10 in terms of DWI deaths.
We have, and we've actually dropped out of the top 10 in two different categories. The most important categories, of course, 100,000 population and 100,000 motor vehicle miles. We're safely out, I think, in terms of those two measures, and we're very pleased with that progress. It was a major, major goal that we set in terms of the administration.
So what was the reason?
I think it's a combination of things. Clearly, we've had increased operations in terms of DWI enforcement. We've had an aggressive public awareness campaign. I think one of the things that we don't talk about much that's really made a difference is the change in terms of service issues. I think that the increased penalties have been helpful in terms of violators that continue to serve minors and to serve people who are intoxicated. Certainly a combination of all those efforts and other things like drunk busters have continued to allow us to see declining numbers.
Great. Thank you so much. Rachel O'Connor joining us from Santa Fe, New Mexico's DWI czar. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Now, that DWI Town Hall is tonight from 6 until 7. This is at the Santa Fe Community College in the Hamas Room.